Welcome back to Dial Twang. I'm Dave in the new pad. Okay? Took the week off last week. If you didn't get my messages and stuff, that's what was going on. We were moving from about 2 hours east of here. And now we're kind of close to that Missouri-Oklahoma line. And maybe we're getting a little closer to Cale country out here or something. So I wanted to do something to check in with you all. This week, it's Friday, a little late in the week. We just got everything up and running with the internet and stuff a couple of days ago. Need a rug and some other stuff in here, a little bit of sound treatment in here because we're in kind of an empty room right now, so you will hear some reverb today. But see how much depth I have in this room and how much more space. We've got a whole nice room here. Nice air system. It's gonna be great. The lighting is better already. So just really stoked about it and hope you enjoy it too. And we'll do a little bit of more vibing it out in here as we go. But like I said, wanted to definitely check in with you and just do a little jamming. I threw down this one chord A7 thing. And at first I had, a few different ideas, about what to do with it, some Mixolydian stuff, obviously. But then I don't know if it was I was just staring out the window or a train went by in the distance and blew its whistle or something, and I guess that's when it dawned on me that we're in Cale land down here in the Ozarks part of Missouri where we lived before. Not that far away, but it goes from more of a hilly. It's still wooded out here, but it's kind of flattening out, going towards the prairies. So you have that wider horizon line, a lot of train tracks along the side of the road and stuff. If you're in the States or if you're familiar with, these flyover areas, right? And there's just a vibe to it. It's really hot out right now, so everybody's just kind of staying indoors. But and I know it's hot where a lot of you are too, and you got to really stay safe with that. It's really pretty brutal in a lot of places this year. So let's throw this backing track on, and I'm going to be using mostly minor pentatonic. It's an A7 chord. But then there's also some, arpeggiated stuff with the A7, chord tones and stuff that I'm going to show you. But we're just going to groove on this a little bit, and I hope you enjoy it. Probably get a 2-for-1 on this one because I'll do a follow-up video where I'll talk more about kind of some specific Mixolydian applications to this and stuff. Today we're going to stick with the minor pentatonic and a little bit of the arpeggio stuff. Just get settled in on it. All right. So I like to just start off right in that. Okay, wasn't exactly where I was going to go there, as I was kind of trying to remember some stuff from the intro that I just did, and I think that was some of it. It was the main idea. So the phrasing is, very blocked out, right? There's a ding, dum, dum, ba-dee-dum, bum, bum, bum. Leave some space in there, and you got that groovy bass and that drum loop, that drum riff. Let that stuff, carry the groove for you, and just mess around with dropping it in, nicely, pocketing it in there somewhere. So one thing I did want to point out for sure is this real deliberate use of the major third along with the minor pentatonic. Okay, so if I went, that's the minor pentatonic, right? A minor pentatonic. I'm doing a little bit of bending like that, right? Doesn't really reach that pitch, right? When you so that subtle bending, of course, works nice. But sometimes, if you really want to, commit to that major third, and sometimes you can do that at the end, and you want to kind of train your ear if you're not used to this. Really go for that at the end of a phrase and really let it hang there. It might seem almost a little tense to you at first, but let your ear adjust to that. Okay. Kind of went out of that position there a couple times, but I did it up here. I used it more as, I didn't just kind of hang out on it like I said I was going to demonstrate. I did down here. And you can follow it with other chord tones, and that's what's nice about this, especially if you've got this middle finger doing it. Either finger, is going to be, either one of these is going to be useful at different times. But if you happen to, end up on this one, then you've got that triad kind of naturally sitting there under your fingers, right? But sometimes I'll end up with like that, and that's okay too. Just make the adjustment if you want to, go back to that fifth position. So. And alternate that with bending or playing the C sharp, the major third. Okay, so in that intro, if I go slow, it was something like, really let your, ear hear that note. And even if it sounds a little, tense, like I said, let it sit there and kind of soak your ear in it. And then, if you want to go back to the root or something, you can do that as well. So you end up with something like. Okay, now that's kind of our routine on this. We're not going to add a whole lot of notes here. Just going to, so that's the higher octave of. But what you want to do is get used to that, the chord shape up here. Don't worry about your fingering too much. Go ahead and explore it in different ways. But you notice when I went up and played that, it didn't sound as cool just going up to the note. It's a good note, but it sounds better when you embellish it with the slide. the same note, right? That's also the C sharp. So one nice thing I'm going to show you real quick, then I'm going to get you to this practice loop so you can, don't try to be too elaborate at first with this, because you want to stay in these little pockets, and really there's more ways than you can imagine right away, to the order of how to use these embellishments in these note sequences. So but one thing I did want to show you was this kind of, okay, and that little fourth before the third is another kind of technique. But the main thing here is right there. That is the same as, okay, but here's a really nice way to bridge this fifth position to this kind of eighth position neighborhood. See that? Now, this is another thing where you can, that's the notes and the main sequence, but watch all the different ways that you can kind of relax with that into, more of a groove that's also pentatonic. Now, see how I have kind of my just sort of natural way of phrasing that in there and the bounce that I'm getting and stuff, right? Not breaking all that down so that you get caught up in trying to capture every aspect of that, because you've got, a groove of your own. It's training your fingers to know where those notes are and those slides into that major third. And you'll get used to the shape. Right? Here it is slow again. Or you could go up to here. Okay? And then you find yourself in other pentatonic BB boxes and stuff, that you're familiar with, right? That's what it's all about. The stuff that a lot of us are showing you on YouTube is like, just little pathways. Like, oh yeah, now I'm over here and I can do my stuff. I already got stuff that I can do right there, but it's a new way of connecting or something, right? So I hope you enjoy this. It's great to be back on. Leave me some comments and let's have some fun closing out this summer and just keep going. This is going to be a really good year for the twang. We're going to do some stuff with some different online stuff. I'm going to format some of the videos a little bit differently. I'll tell you more about it later. But this new space is kind of inspiring all of this for me and my wife, and I hope you as well. All right? Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.